In today's world where remote work has become increasingly common, the need to securely share files with multiple people has never been greater. Whether your file is in the cloud or a local network drive, Microsoft has tools to enable you to prevent unauthorized opening, editing, and downloading of your data. Let's start with password protection, which can be applied to files saved locally or in the cloud. Files saved on OneDrive, SharePoint, a local network drive, or even your hard drive can be password protected. The password can be set at the Save As dialog box, which you can access via the File tab, and then Save As. Alternatively, you can use the keyboard shortcut F12 to go straight to the Save As dialog box. In here, under Tools, and then General Options, we can set a password to open the file, a password to modify. We can check the box to recommend read-only. Once you've set those passwords here, we'll be prompted to enter them again as verification. Now you should note that once you've set a password at the file level to open the file, autosave is turned off, so you'll have to manually save the file. Just keep that in mind if you're in the habit of just relying on autosave. Now, if you forget the password to open the file, it's very unlikely you'll be able to recover it. So be sure to make a note of it in a secure password vault. However, if you forget the password to edit the file, there are ways to easily remove the password, and there's a link in the video description to a tutorial on this. Now, if you've already saved the file, you can add password protection via the File tab and then Info, and in here you can encrypt with password, and you can also choose Always Open in Read-Only mode. Now, if you choose Always Open in Read-Only mode here, just keep in mind that users can still edit the file. There's no requirement for them to enter a password to edit. For example, here is a file that has read-only mode recommended via the File tab, and all I need to do to edit that file is click Edit Anyway. And now I have access to the file. I can make changes as I wish. Therefore, if you want to prevent users editing the file that don't have permission, the best place to do that is via the File Save As dialog, and then under Tools, General Options, and in here, enter a password, and only share that password with those you want to edit the file. Microsoft OneDrive and SharePoint users can securely share files with restrictions on opening, editing, copying, and sharing data. And these options are available in the file sharing settings accessible from within Excel and Word and PowerPoint. They're also in File Explorer or online in OneDrive and SharePoint. To securely share an Excel file from the desktop app, click on the share icon in the top right and then go to Share. This opens the Send Link dialog box where you can enter a name of someone or group inside your organization, or an email address of someone inside or outside of your organization. You can then specify the editing rights. Mine defaults to Can View Only. You can change that to Edit, and for more sharing restrictions, go into Sharing Settings. Here you can set an expiration date for the access, a password to open and edit the file, and you can block downloading here if you've chosen Can View at this level. If you have Can Edit on, then you can't block downloading for obvious reasons. So if you want to block downloading, make sure Can View is selected here, then you can turn on Block Download. Once you're happy with the settings, click Apply. Here you can add a message, email the link via Outlook, or copy the link for sharing. You can share a file or folder directly from OneDrive or SharePoint Online. Simply select it in the list, click the Share button at the top, or you can click the Share icon, which appears when you hover over the file name. The experience in here is the same as the desktop app. You can enter a name or email address or group. You can choose the editing rights. You can take it one step further and go into the sharing settings. We get the same dialog box experience we get in the desktop. If you have the OneDrive Sync app installed, you can access the same sharing tool from File Explorer. Here, simply right-click on the file name, and I have Windows 11, so the share icon is at the top here. If you have Windows 10, then it will be listed in the dialog box. I often get asked if you can secure a file so that users can enter data, but they can't download the file. Unfortunately, this isn't possible. Instead, you might find using Excel forms is a better way to collect data from users. And there's a link to the Excel forms tutorial in the video description. If you need to take your data security up a notch, or you want to restrict how employees use or distribute files in general, you might like to look into Information Rights Management, or IRM for short. IRM can be set at the SharePoint library or list level, and it applies to Office documents like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and PDFs. There's a link in the video description where you can learn more about securing your data with Information Rights Management. Embedding Excel files in a web page is another great way to securely share your reports. All you need to do is save your file on OneDrive or SharePoint and get the embed code. Now, there are different approaches required depending on whether you have OneDrive Personal or OneDrive for Business, or even SharePoint. The latter two offer more security and bigger file sizes. I've got a whole separate video on embedding files in web pages, so check out the link in the video description. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. And why not share it with your friends who might also find it useful. Thanks for watching.